I love movies about movies. Miss Lovely ho ya Boogie Nights ya Om Shanti Om. And a movie about a movie mired in controversy about who made said movie. I mean, what's not to love? Plus Gary Oldman. वापस पजामे में घर से मूवी रिव्यू आज डेविड फिंचर की मैंक. So Sirius Black is Herman Mankiewicz, an alcoholic screenwriter who turns out is the greatest thing since sliced bread. The film is about his life and work, specifically his time spent writing Orson Welles' Citizen Kane, and also about him as a person, his relationships, outlook towards cinema in general. David Fincher directs this screenplay written many years ago by his now late father Jack Fincher, and it seems personal in more ways than one. He recently shared in an interview that he's a director, not a writer, and would never take writer's credit just because he suggested some changes or was involved in improvising or brainstorming of some sort. I paraphrase. Point is, here he is tackling a story जिसके characters में conflict major यही है कि the greatest American film of all time, Citizen Kane, आखिरकार लिखी किसने? If you haven't already read it, look up American film critic Pauline Kael's long essay titled Raising Kane, which appeared in The New Yorker in 1971. A highly controversial piece, yet essential reading if you're a cinema writer, a critic. That essay tries to decipher the controversy behind the ownership of the Citizen Kane screenplay and in general how that film came to be. David Fincher's film clearly agrees with her point of view, and most if not all the credit in his telling of the story is given to Mank. Director Orson Welles is depicted as a bit of a man-child who throws a massive temper tantrum upon learning that Mank wants credit for his work, a moment which inspired Mank to write Kane's epic meltdown scene when his wife leaves him in the film. To further emphasize the belief कि Mank ने ही ये film लिखी थी Citizen Kane, other moments are scripted like the falling of a bottle from an unconscious Mank's hand, which becomes the iconic rosebud scene with the snow globe falling in Citizen Kane. A nurse/housekeeper tends to Mank the way one was seen around Kane. David Fincher also sets his film's structure the way Mank set Citizen Kane. Episodes and flashbacks are stitched together to provide context and perspective to the larger story. The cinematography here is so fun. It's old-timey, scenes don't always cut, they pointedly fade to black as actors pause their lines and go very still. Scenes in cars are deliberately green screeny, short descriptions appear on screen typewriter style as new scenes begin. In some frames, glitches are added in, like film reels are spliced together on an edit table. All the dialogue delivery is typical of black and white Hollywood movies from the 30s and 40s, like people actually spoke over each other like this, taking very little time to think between sentences. The dialogue itself is made to sound scratchy and rough, like you're hearing it from a post-World War II transistor set. It's all very immersive and very fun. Many trick shots are staged as well, playing with perspectives within the frame, something Citizen Kane earned huge publicity for. You know, it makes you think कि इतनी सारी नई filmmaking techniques और चीजें जो Orson Welles ने Kane में घुसाई थी, was he maybe just trying to overshadow Mank's writing and wanted people to only talk about the new age marvel that movie was? Mank the movie isn't entirely about the making of Citizen Kane though. David Fincher is also showing you the fascinating origin of talking films, the involvement of politics in cinema, the misuse of motion pictures as propaganda vehicles, blatant objectification of female actors, and toxic writing rooms with men doing as they please, making decisions and taking calls on the fly, which affected not just their lives but entire film industries. The film industry in Hollywood specifically, which was small and rapidly evolving, and the rules were changing every passing minute. Mank, the film, goes out of its way to comment on politics. Specifically, there's a long scene with Gary Oldman and a delightful Amanda Seyfried taking center stage, talking about Nazi Germany and their crusade against American cinema. बाद में मैं research कर रही थी तो ये भी पता चला कि Goebbels had specifically banned all films written by Herman Mankiewicz, which is such a fascinating insight into how much the Nazis understood and feared the power and ability of movies as a communication device capable of causing an unwelcome uprising. So Mank is also a really wonderful opportunity for cinema and cultural history enthusiasts to learn a bit more about the origin stories of Hollywood studios, where men played poker, not just with cards. The film, which plays out like a Mank monologue dictated to his secretary, is Fincher being extremely effusive towards early Hollywood. But it could also rapidly turn into prattle if you don't give in to the film's demand for full rapt attention, which undoubtedly it totally deserves. Especially if English is not your first language. It's a lot to follow, but extremely rewarding as well. In one scene, Mank says about movies playing in theaters कि people are sitting in the dark, willingly checking their disbelief at the door. It's a huge responsibility. अगली बार जब मन में आए ना कि सुचारिता के वीडियो के नीचे ऐसे कमेंट कर दूं, यार फिल्म्स आर फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट ओनली, यार रिलैक्स, ये वाली लाइन इस रिव्यू में से निकाल के खुद ही अपने मुंह पे मार लेना. Anyway, watch Mank on Netflix and also comments में मुझे यहाँ पर बताओ अगर आपने 99 की RKO 281 देखी है तो. Before watching this film and I was doing research, RKO 281 which is also about the Citizen Kane making, इसके बारे में मैंने कभी सुना ही नहीं था. Despite an impressive star cast, देखने लायक है बताओ. Now for relation में recommendation. जैसे नेटफ्लिक्स की AI ऐसे क्राउन देखने के बाद ऐसे सारी डायना की डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज आपकी तरफ फेंकती रहती है, उसी तरह अगर मैंक देखने के बाद आपको ओल्ड टाइमी हॉलीवुड के बारे में और थोड़ा सा जानना है तो नेटफ्लिक्स पर ही एक सीरीज है हॉलीवुड, इसे देखिएगा. इट्स वेरी चीजी, मैड फन एंड इट इज सेट इन द सेम टाइम एरा एज मैंक. एक सीजन है सिर्फ अभी, लेकिन काफी मजेदार. चैनल को मेरे आप सब्सक्राइब कर लें. यहाँ पे ना मेरी शक्ल आएगी ऐसे छोटी सी, उस पर कहीं क्लिक कर लेना. कास्टिंग कॉल का अगला एपिसोड कमिंग अप विद गुलशन देवैया. तब तक बाकी के घर से मूवी रिव्यूज आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, सब्सक्राइब समवेयर हियर. हाँ.